Question: where was equity, and is it a dog's life?
Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Chakabaches. Thank you for joining me, moi, Nigel Cecil, and also thank you to those amongst my regular viewers who've kindly taken the time to send in their comments, observations and questions for possible use as topics for these videos. And we've had quite a few in the past week, haven't we, Hilary? And it may appear the two questions are unrelated, but please stick with me and you'll find out how they are related. The second question: it's a dog's life, isn't it, Hilary? And the first question relating to equity, the trade union for professional actors, variety entertainers and other creators across the United Kingdom. That question: where was equity? The same question we had for the last video about a Wonka calamity. But this time, where was equity relating to the budget presented last week by the Right Honourable Jeremy Hunt, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, because they made announcements relating to the performing arts and showbiz. And where was equity with their comments? Because the government announced that they were going to make permanent the theatre tax relief for performing arts. They were also introducing a new tax credit system for independent budget films in the UK for less than 50 million. The National Theatre, well, they were getting some 26 million, was it, Hilary? Along with another announcement about a different, more preferential touring rate percentage for touring companies. I would have thought, that's jolly good news. And indeed, Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber, Sir Cameron Mackintosh, Sir Sam Mendes, the co-artistic directors of the Royal Shakespeare Theatre Company, Daniel Evans and Tamara Harvey, and the chief executives of the BFI and PACT, respectively, Ben Roberts and John McVeigh, all came out with comments which basically said, we do appreciate this. But where was equity in joining with them? Did they join with them? Well, this was the statement, well, a summary of some of it, by Paul Fleming, the General Secretary of Equity. Paul Fleming, the General Secretary of the Actors Union Equity, said members would rather see pay rises than tax cuts. Our members are clear. They want to see a pay rise, not tax cuts which favour the wealthy at the expense of the public good. The government should invest available funds in a roadmap to restore the arts in every part of the UK. Regardless of what the Chancellor has in his red box, Equity will continue to fight and win for our members by building union power. Building union power? Where are Equity? Because those comments from Equity don't appear to be on message with those expressed by those high-profile movers and shakers of the show business industry in their response to the government's budget. Which brings us to our second observational question sent in by a fair-minded, equitable friend from Yorkshire. It's almost a dog's life, because dogs we love. They give us companionship. They provide security. But what happens, especially with a young dog, if they start barking? And they start barking for no obvious reason. They're just barking all the time. They want to protest, bark, bark, bark. They want to campaign for something, bark, bark, bark. In the end, you have to say, as much as we love the dog, we're going to have to say, would you kindly go to the kennel for a while until you've learned to calm down and stop barking all the time? Because there are those now amongst my viewers who've been saying, Nigel, Equity, being driven by its radical socialist progressive agenda, it only seems to be looking all the time for something to bark at. It never shows love, companionship. It just wants to bark. And as such, is it any wonder it now appears that some of the movers and shakers in the entertainment business say, well, I don't think we ought to invite Equity to this consultation because all they will do is bark. And so hence the two questions for this video. Where was Equity? And has it now become a dog's life? Which brings us to a little story they sent me in from Yorkshire as well about this car park attendant. And suddenly one afternoon, a dog came in, sat down in the office, curled up and went to sleep. And after a couple of hours left. Nice and friendly. Next day came back and he carried on doing it for a week and more. And they suddenly thought, it's a lovely dog, we'll have to find out what's happening. So they put a little note under the collar and said, hope you don't mind. We love your dog. Every afternoon it's been coming for a couple of hours sleep. Very welcome, but just to let you know. And the next day the dog came back again and it had a reply under its collar. And so they opened it and it said, our dog belongs to the owner of our company. And we're currently running, training, campaigning, protesting in order to be activists. And it does get a little bit noisy. And the dog would appreciate some quiet time. And obviously, it's found a place to chill out for a couple of hours. How wonderful of you to let it be with you. Maybe come with it tomorrow. Yes. And then the security guard looked at the notepaper. And guess what it said as the address? Equity, Guild House, Upper St. Martin's. Yes, I know, I better shut up, Hilary. So, whatever you think, I hope it's not a dog's life and we can all be friendly and companions together. Please join me again.